Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am very excited. I just received the Huda Beauty foundation in a PR package in the post and I've been really excited to try this. I've seen a lot of people raving about it. I've not actually seen any negative reviews, but then again I've not seen that many reviews. I've not really sat and watched them because I just wanted to have my own experience. So I show you guys my full skin routine. My eye makeup is also going to be in another tutorial if you guys are interested. But if you'd like to see my review, first impressions and thoughts on the Huda Beauty foundation, then please keep watching. Okay, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this. I have already prepared my skin, so I'm just going to tell you what I use. I use the Kypress Antioxidant Dew first, and I just put 4 drops of that all over my face. Then I use the Kypress Heliotropic. This is a primer and a sunscreen. So I use this every single day, even though I live somewhere where the sun does not exist. I still use it. Then I use my Daily Reviving Concentrate by Kiehl's. I just put about 4 drops of that on my skin to make sure that it's super luminous, and I like a dewy finish as well, so I always do that before foundation. And then I've been really good at using my U-Tan coconut tanning spray. I use this every single day, and that is how I have a tan on my face, because obviously I use sunscreen and I wear makeup every day. My face doesn't really get that tan, so when I use this it gives me a really nice natural glow. It matches my body as well because this is my real colour at the moment. So I just spray the coconut water on my face, and then at night time I spray it again, but I'll also spray it on my chest and stuff, and that's what gives me a nice bronze glow. So I'm really excited about this. It's got a lot of really good feedback. I haven't really used it yet. I've not used it on my full face anyway, but I have tried the brush and I tried a little swatch to see what the colour was like, and it does look really good. So the colours I've got are Butter Pecan and Tres Leches. So these are both in the medium skin tone range. I actually think I'm going to use the more yellow based one, we'll see though. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this primer. This is the Complexion Perfection Primer. So this is something that Huda's brought out. I'm going to take 1 pump of that on the back of my hand. It's pretty thick. Let's just try it. Oh, okay, I like the consistency of it. I think I've mentioned on here before that I don't really like anything too slidey on my skin, but this feels nice and thick and nourishing. I think it does say it's a moisturising makeup base, which suits me. So I'm just rubbing that all over. Yep, feels good. That actually feels really nice. Hydrating. Okay, let's try the shade Tres Leches. Yeah, that should be fine actually. I'm going to take 2 pumps of that in the back of my hand. So I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to dot it all over. I don't want to say thick, but it's definitely a thicker creamy foundation. But I've seen amazing reviews for this, and I've got a little bit of redness on my forehead, so we'll see if it covers that up. So that's me use most of the 2 pumps. I've got a little bit left in the back of my hand, and I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Face Buff and Blend brush. This is the brush that comes with the kind of skin collection that she's brought out. Let's try this. Feels good. It feels quite tacky, like definitely a thicker foundation. And I'm going to go over my lips like usual. The reason I do that is because I have such a high colour in my lips that I don't like. I like to have a really nude lip. If you have watched my channel for a wee while, you will know that nude lip is my fave. Wow. Yeah, that colour blends nicely into my neck. Compared to my shoulder, it's maybe a tiny bit light, but I've not done any bronzing yet. That's nice. So I've used the brush to apply it. I really do like it. I just saw in the bathroom mirror it does look quite light yellow on me. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a kind of mixed skin tone, but the sponge I'm going to use, look at the size of this. This is the Elsie Velvet Sponge. It's a new sponge and I like it, man. It's huge. Oh. So I'm just going to use the big end, the big fat butt, just to push that in a little bit more. Yep. Oh, I'm very excited. So the concealer I'm going to use is my usual Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to use the shade Light Medium, and I'm just going to put that much under my eyes, nothing too crazy. A little bit on my lip, my nose and my forehead. This foundation's matte, isn't it? It's really matte. High coverage cream foundation. It doesn't really say the finish, but considering I used all my oils like usual, I usually have more of a kind of glow to my skin, but I don't mind it. Remember the Fenty Beauty? I was like really shocked how much I loved the matte finish. So I'm just going to use this sponge. It's got a really good nice little point. Wow, that sponge is great for getting right in like your nose and stuff. Yep, I like that. I look really light under the eyes. Maybe I should have used a slightly darker concealer. I do actually quite like it. It's very, very Instagram. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just go ahead and finish my skin the way I usually would. So the way I do that is I'm going to take my MAC bronzer and Give Me Sun and my Smith 118 brush, and we're just going to bronze up and see, because I don't usually powder my skin, so we'll see how bronzer goes on top. It's going on really smoothly. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M402 brush. This is like the big bronzer brush that everybody uses, with a little bit more bronzer, and I'm just going to put it on a little bit more buffed out, just because the other brush I use is probably better for contouring, to be honest, but I do like a severe bronze. So this foundation is called the Faux Filter Foundation. I can totally see why. I do look like I've got a filter on my skin. I'm going to use a little bit of this bronzer just down the sides of my nose. And then if you feel like you've gone a little bit too much with the bronze, just pat it back a little bit. Now you guys know I don't tend to use blush that much, but I'm going to go in with a tiny little bit of the California blusher by Benefit, which is a really nice kind of corally shade. I don't really use blush that much, but I was going through all my makeup and I found this, and I actually really do like this wee blush. So I'm just going to get a wee touch of that and just go above the bronzer. Oh my god, this is great. I actually think I really like this foundation. Okay, and then to highlight, I'm going to use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Highlighter. I've been really liking this lately. I'm going to use the 134 Luxe Powder Fusion Brush by Zoeva. This is a really good highlighting brush. Highlight our cheekbones. And then I like to highlight just above my brow these days, just like here, especially when I'm wearing a matte foundation. I just think it adds a nice glow. And again, if you want to just make it a little bit more subtle, you just go in with your blender. And then let's highlight a nose. I flippin' love it. So I'm going to go in with a wee bit more bronzer on my cheeks. I use a lot of bronzer. Public service announcement. I've got a little contour here that I would like to use. So this is my Bahama Mama bronzer, but I just think this is a really good shade for contouring. So I'm going to go in with my little Smith 112 brush, and I'm just going to define my contour a little bit more. Making sure that contour's high up enough, because when you bring your contour down too low, that's when it can kind of drop your whole face. I absolutely love the way that was looking. The only thing that I don't like right now is my under eyes. They look far too light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my under eyes with my powder. So this is my Fenty Beauty Universal Powder. I absolutely love this stuff. It's amazing. And I'm going to buff that under my eyes. Even that's a bit better. Apply it the usual places. So I'm going to give you a close-up look of what it's looking like right now. I think it's looking really nice. It is really matte, but maybe with a little spray of something. I really like it. I'm quite confused at how matte it is. It was not what I expected at all, but it does look bloody good. And it matches. This is a really nice colour for me. So that is the shade 320G Tres Leches, and I'm sure the G will stand for golden, and I know that that's the medium skin tone. And you get 35ml in the tube. And obviously I got sent this for PR, so I'll need to check the price, but I'll list it down below. And I know that quite a lot of people are selling it. I'm sure, is it Beauty Bay or Cult Beauty? Anyway, all that information will be down below. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot off. I'm actually filming another video today on some exciting eyeshadows. So I'm going to go and I'm going to film that video, and I'll come back with an update on the foundation when my whole other rest of my makeup's finished, and I'll let you know my thoughts. I feel like I need to spray my face with something. I'm going to use my Urban Decay All Nighter spray just to get a little bit of liquid on my face, because it doesn't feel that heavy. It feels more matte than I'm used to. I'm used to my foundation being like slippy, you know, but this, it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. So I'm going to give my face a little spray. See, that feels better to me. Okay, I'm going to shoot off and I'll be back to let you know my thoughts. Okay guys, so I have been away. I have finished my eye makeup. I just filmed another tutorial using the Bleach London eyeshadows, which will be out soon. And I put a lipstick on, put my brows on as well. And it's been about 2.5 hours since I applied the foundation. I love it. I think it's really, really good. It's definitely more matte than what I'm used to. Skin type wise, I'm really lucky. I've got pretty easy skin. My pores aren't too big. I don't have too many blemishes and things like that. My skin is relatively smooth. I think I would definitely need to use an oil under this foundation. Obviously, all the skincare I use beforehand is pretty hydrating, and I still feel like it's super matte. So I think you need a pretty wicked moisturiser underneath it. I would be a little bit apprehensive if you have very dry skin, if it's any kind of flaky, because I think that this foundation could maybe show the flakiness up a little bit. If you've got really oily skin, I think that this foundation might be amazing. Obviously, because it's super mattifying, I think I have kind of combination oily skin. Basically, what I think is if your skincare is good and you're looking after your skin and you don't have too much kind of flakiness and things like that, then I think you're gonna love this foundation. The coverage is amazing. It is super full coverage. I'm trying to think of something that I think is similar to it, and I really can't, other than maybe double wear, but it's a really different texture to double wear. It's more like a sticky gel, whereas double wear is literally like a liquid and then it dries down matte and then it won't come off. This still feels like it's got a little bit of tackiness to it. It's a little bit more comfortable. Well, it's a lot more comfortable to wear than double wear for sure. But the coverage is brilliant. My powders went on really smoothly. My highlight went on like a dream. I really, really like it. So I hope you guys found this useful. I know that Cult Beauty at the moment, if you order a certain amount of products or a certain amount of money's worth, you get a sample of the Huda Beauty foundation. So that's something to think about. The moment, I don't really know where it's being sold. I think you might be able to go into Selfridges. It's definitely not the easiest foundation to go and get a swatch of unless it's in Sephora. I'm not sure if it is, but in the UK it's pretty difficult, so it might be worthwhile trying to source a sample from Cult Beauty or something like that. Will I wear it again? For sure. I really am excited to try it out with a few different techniques. I might try using a sponge to sponge it all over. Well done, Huda Beauty. Thank you so much for sending me it. So you guys, I hope you liked my little review, and other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye! Hey guys, really, really quickly, I've never done this before, but it's now 8 PM and I filmed this foundation at 11 AM. So this is a 9-hour check-in. I have been touching my face all day, cleaning, outside, just like day-to-day life, and I just wanted to say I'm super impressed. Even more so now. So I've got no lipstick left on because I ate my dinner and I ate lunch since then as well. I've not touched my lipstick up at all. I've not touched my makeup all day. I literally finished it, took pictures, and then just got around my day. But I've not had the chance to take it off. This eye look and this skin look is still what I really like. I think it looks great. So I just thought that I would come back to definitely say that I like the foundation and definitely say that I like the eyeshadows I used. So yeah. Look at me doing a check-in. I am the best YouTuber in the world.